Hi, darlings. Thank you so much for joining me on the Creative Retreat channel today. And today I have a Bible journaling process for you. Here in my spiral Bible, I have shared this with you guys before. I love this Bible because it has white pages. This spiral Bible itself is the New Testament. I love that it's on a spiral. I'm able to flip this over, as you can see, so I can work. It lays flat. So it's a very amazing tool and Bible resource. And so I'm going to be using this. If you are interested in the Spiral Bible, I will leave that link below. And I'm going to be journaling my first entry for Count It Joy. So I am going to be focusing in Romans chapter 5, verses 3 through 5. And I was really interested in this section right here, where we see Christina talk to us about the why we should respond to joy. And I love that she says we should respond with joy because of what we believe will happen through it. So when we're going through tough times, right? When we're actually going through trials and sufferings, Romans 5 says we rejoice in our sufferings. And why is because we know and we believe that something good is going to come out of it. So because of that, I'm going to be journaling here. And here I am in chapter 5 of Romans. I had picked up this satin acrylic ink from Michaels. It's the powder blue color. And I want to start getting into acrylics again. So I picked this up and I'm going to be using this for the background of this. And then I'm going to be I have pulled out my stickers, things from the kit, and also some of the Faithful Digital. So I'll be using that here, and I'll link below anything I use. Let's get started. Let's dig in. Okay, darlings, this is going to be super simple. I'm just going to grab my acrylic ink. I am loving this color, and I am just going to grab my brush, and I am just going to make a simple background, just paint it all blue. So at first it was a little watery, so I went and shook it up a bit, and then I just start to paint, and I'm just covering everything all the way around, framing in the Bible text, making sure I don't cover any of that. And even I made a little oopsie here and there where I cover like maybe a word or a letter. And it actually, because this is a satin acrylic paint, it's a little bit more, I want to say a little bit more transparent. So you can actually still read the word or the letter that I covered. It only happened a couple of times. But of course, I can still read through it. So I'm actually going to pick up some more of the satin paint because it worked great. So I'm covering all of my background here, and then I'm going to dry it off with my heat tool. While I'm doing that, I decide to grab my mustard Faber-Castell. This is the Pitt Artist Pen, the big brushes, and this is the color green gold in 268. And this was like the perfect sunflowery color. So I grab that and I highlight my verse or underline my verse. And I underline verses 3 through 5. So now I kind of summed up my biggest takeaway from reading in Romans chapter 5 along with the Bible study devotional. And I'm going to make that in really big here in the margin because I just want to document this takeaway. I'm going to be using the cardstock stickers that come with the kit. I love this Tile Alpha. This one comes with all the different fonts, which makes the words really wonky, and I really love that. And I'm going to be using first the white and brown. And then for two of the words, I'm going to be using the yellow because I want them to actually stand out from the sentiment that I'm going to have here in my margin. I really enjoyed Christina's words in the devotional this month, and I enjoyed reading through Romans 5. Paul says in Romans 5 that we should rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. And we have read maybe this verse so many times, but we tend to forget to think back on this verse when we're going through those hard times, through trials and through sufferings. And this is really what we should be anchoring in, the fact that we have a hope that doesn't disappoint. So therefore, we should rejoice when we have sufferings because of all of the good that we know that it's producing within us. when people hear that we should have joy, regardless of our circumstance, the question why may come up. And I love Christina's words here. She says, we should respond with joy because of what we believe will happen through it. This is something that we know. It's just like Romans 8:28 says that he works everything for our good. God is actually working in midst of our trials and our sufferings. And this is just another reminder of what these hard times produce through us, and our response should be joy. Okay, so here on screen, you see me just flip-flopping through different alphas. I also grab the word joy and also the heart and the sunflower from the glossy stickers. I am loving using a mix of the cardstock and the glossy stickers because it adds a little bit of texture, a different texture to my page without adding the bulk. And I try to keep the bulk minimum here in my Spiral Bible. I also grab a label from the Faith-Filled Digitals. I grab one that matches the color scheme that I'm using here. And then I'm going to grab the two big floral pieces from the glossy stickers. When you love something, I always say use it right away. And I loved these bouquets of sunflowers as soon as I saw them. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use them right away, and I'm going to record something beautiful and meaningful that I gathered from this devotional. So grabbing my date stamp, adding that down here to my label. And then I'm also going to grab a little bit or a couple of the red cardstock stickers or wonky hearts, and I'm going to add those around as well. That is it, darlings. That is how it turned out. I love the simplicity of it, but I love how impactful the quotes here. My biggest takeaway from Romans chapter 5, 3-5, and the devotional. I'm glad that I got this down here in my margins. And that's what it's all about, taking what impacts you and what you've learned from Bible study, bringing it over in a creative way and being able to document that in a creative way. So if you are new here, I hope you consider to subscribe here on the YouTube Creative Retreat channel. My girls and teammates are going to be using all of this kit this month in such a beautiful way. So make sure that you are subscribed, that you hit the like button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Thank you so much for joining us here on this channel each and every video, darlings. God bless. Bye.